Hello all and welcome, and I'm the MGTOW philosopher. This is hilarious. I am here to talk about Granny Beauty Pageant. Yeah, that's right. Old, disgusting, wrinkled, shriveled up, prune-skinned hags all competing to see who is the ugliest, fattest, most hagged out, saddlebag wearing old broad in the world, or at least in the United States anyway. This is gonna be good. Hilarity shall ensue. Putting elegance into age, U.S. Granny Beauty Queens. Oh, look at them. Just look at them. Aren't they beautiful? Here she is, Miss America. If she was 70. Holy crap. Jesus. Miss New Jersey Carolyn Slade Harden is crowned Miss Senior America during the 38th. 38th? What the heck? 38? This has been going on for 38 years now? Holy crap. I would have thought this was something new, born out of the whole social justice warrior movement with all this liberal, relativistic, everything is open to interpretation nonsense. But good Lord, this has been going on for 38 years? How is that possible? Well, I guess it does kind of fit within the window of crazy third wave feminist nonsense. So, yeah, okay, I guess that makes sense. So, let's get right to the story, shall we? In Atlantic City, that's where this happened, beauty pageants may conjure up images of young women in bikinis. Yeah, not in this case. In fact, if I was to conjure up images of these women in bikinis, I would heave my lunch. But in Atlantic City, a room full of sequin grandmothers and great-grandmothers, are putting their best stiletto forward. From an ex-CIA employee to Whitney Houston's childhood choir director, oh, women are so strong and empowered. A woman that was in the CIA, ooh, to a marathon runner. There's some old broad running around with all that turkey waddle jiggling. Yeah, I'll pass on seeing that. Miss Senior America celebrates women aged 60 and above who defy stereotypes of what it means to be ladies of a certain age who in past years may have sunk into a rocking chair. Yeah, I wish they'd have stayed there. This is our age of elegance. It's the beginning, not our end. Well, technically, you're pretty close to the end, honey. Beamed 73-year-old Carolyn Slade Harden, a former recording artist, crowned Miss Senior America 2017, resplendent in cream silk. This is too funny. With some members in their 90s, Miss Senior America is a family of sisters who have experienced not just the pleasures of life, but the pain, surviving cancer, going through divorce. Oh, you know they've went through divorce. It's all women. Losing husbands. Losing husbands. Well, of course, guys, well, there you go right there. There's yet another example of how men die before women. Sound like a good deal? If you get married, you are sentencing yourself to a life that is 6 or 7 years shorter than if you were not married. But if Miss Minnesota needed crutches to get over... This is such a sham. Try to make old broads feel better and young ugly broads feel better about being young ugly broads. Ay. Needed crutches to get on stage. That would be a sight to see. I would laugh my ass off seeing that. Thursday's finals showed no one is ever too old to tap dance. Well, sing or show off their curves. Curves? What? Curves? That pisses me off. I mean, seriously, curves are not fat. Curves are curves, okay? Curves are muscle, maybe a little fat. It's not, you're a big blob. Those aren't curves, okay? In a sequin gown with a crown glittering on her coiffed hair. Coiffed, you mean kinky? Coiffed. Senior America Incorporated was founded in 1971 to promote the positive aspects of aging. You mean the positives of every ugly aspect of a human being. Being fat and ugly and unattractive. That's what you really mean. Women want to promote that so they can be fat, ugly, and attractive. Then they want to change the things that a man wants in a woman by trying to socially recondition him to want fat, ugly, attractive women. This is what's attractive. This is what's desirable. No. Men will never find that desirable. Never. And has championed women in their age of elegance ever since. Champion women? Get the hell out of here. And by the way, where is the senior men's, gentleman's pageant? Oh, men don't need, what would you call it? Handsome pageant? Yet another perfect example of how women say one thing and do another. Women are so strong and independent and don't objectify me and how I look. That's not what makes me a woman. That's not what empowers me. And yet they have beauty pageants. Pathetic. Talk about a walking contradiction. That is women today. Well, that's women for all time. There were 47.8 million people aged 65 and over in the United States in 2015, or 15% of the population, a number projected to rise to 98.2 million. Yes, yet more parasites sucking up the resources that younger people create, or nearly 1 in 4 residents by 2060. Oh boy, more Social Security recipients sucking money out of a bank account that's already empty. I wouldn't mind if there wasn't all this welfare, but since they're getting all this welfare, that's yet another death knell for the country. Glittering in strapless gowns, mermaid dresses, and princess frocks. Princess frocks on an 80-year-old broad. You should be the queen by now, honey, okay? I mean, your mother would have to be like 120 years old to still be queen, okay? And you still a princess. Come on. Really? Well, unless you're the Queen of England, of course. That broad, for some reason, doesn't seem ready to die yet. What is she, 90, 100? Her poor son standing around with his dick in his hand, waiting to be the next king. She'll probably outlive him. State finalists from across the country flash winning smiles, bedecked in a haze of sequins, hairspray, immaculate makeup, and don't forget the Bengay. What is this? Hip-hop. That's our mama, yelled one man in the crowd. He was like 50. As Florida took the microphone, I've never seen so many rhinestones in my life, confided another. Judging spans 4 categories: an interview, 35-second philosophy of life nuggets. Good Lord, I think you would need more than 35 seconds for these old broads. For example, let's all be the reason someone smiles today. What? Spare me. You call that a philosophy of life nugget? That's nonsense. It was the talent segment that elicited the biggest wolf whistles from Adora and friends and family in a hotel theater in southern New Jersey. Oh, I thought wolf whistles were wrong. I thought they were bad. Oh, they're only wrong and bad when you wolf whistle and catcall hot chicks. If you do it for fat, ugly, disgusting broads, oh, well, then it's a compliment, because these big, fat, disgusting blobs shouldn't be getting wolf whistles and catcalls because they're big, fat, disgusting blobs, and everybody knows it, and everybody knows that it's a compliment to wolf whistle and catcall them. Nay, it's completely out of character. So it's okay because they're big, fat, and ugly, and it bolsters their self-esteem. But we can't have you doing that to beautiful women. Oh, no. Ay, ay, ay. Miss Tennessee danced ballet, badly, I'm guessing, complete with pirouettes and arabesques in Irving Berlin's God Bless America. Miss Massachusetts dressed up in a can skirt to sing Jumbo Italiano, while Miss Virginia donned a Julia Andrews-style dress, alpine costume to perform from The Sound of Music. Yikes. For any of you out there who do not know what that song is, you generally have to be over what that movie is, what Sound of Music is. You got to be over 40 years old to know what it is. It's a movie from, I think it was the 60s or something, where Julie Andrews is in a horrible musical and yada, yada, yada. You'll have to watch it. Anyway, then there was the guest dance troops, ladies in pink hats, jiving to Shania Twain's Man, I Feel Like a Woman, and seniors doing hip-hop. Oh, God. Ugh, just that image makes me cringe. In blonde wigs and black leggings to Bruno Mars' Uptown Funk. I love it! I love it! Yelled one man at the back. Yeah, this guy was in a wheelchair and on oxygen. It goes on to say, Hollywood thinks youth, PERS, Miss Senior District of Columbia, Frances Curtis Johnson, 68, a community activist and executive assistant who has no intention of retiring until at least 70. They need to look at the beauty of growing old. What? There is no beauty in growing old. You might feel better. It might be your golden years. You might be smarter. You might be wiser. Life might be much easier and much more pleasurable for you. But the people who are looking at you do not see beauty, physically speaking. There is beauty there, but it's not of a physical nature. So stop deluding yourself. To live is to get older, and we should take that and use it and embrace it. No, let's take and embrace reality. I embrace reality. I don't embrace delusion where people try to change reality via social engineering to make it be something it is not. Ultimately, it was Miss Senior New Jersey with a megawatt smile. Megawatt. And enviable skin. Well, you gotta find something to compliment her on because her body sure ain't cutting it. Yes, her enviable skin. Oh, yeah, what a great compliment. Yeah, she has beautiful skin. And that big saddlebag she's wearing around her middle. Oh, well, that's beautiful, too, right? Who carried the day, buoyed by a home state crowd 2 years after the death of her husband of 51 years. They all outlived their husbands. Doesn't that tell you guys something? Do not get married. It's an early death sentence. All that bullshit they tell you about being happier and healthier when you're married is just that crap. They're telling you the opposite because they know the truth, that it's really bad for your health. It'll kill you 7 years sooner, so they have to lie to you to get married. In the gym every morning at 7 a.m., Slade Harden said there was that woman is in the gym. Oh, my God. That broad must be eating a lot of tacos and whatever the hell else she's eating. I don't know what old people are eating. I guess taco would be bad for her digestion, and she'd be getting a lot of gas. What is this? What do old people eat anyway? They eat digestive biscuits? Well, I guess I'll know soon enough. Slade Harden said there was no magic answer to looking fabulous in your 70s. Pray and eat healthy. Oh, well, there you go. I guess she eats digestive biscuits. I don't know. You know, they sell them in the supermarket. They're like some kind of weird cross between a cookie and a cracker, and it's supposed to be good for your digestion. I don't know. They market them to old people. Anyway, mother of two, grandmother of three, and great-grandmother of one. Whoa! She is a whore, a tramp. By 70 years old, she's a great-grandmother? Come on. You know this broad was having kids at like 15 or something to be a great-grandmother already. Jesus Christ. She was a recording artist in the 1960s. Well, I guess technically she could have had kids later. Maybe she had kids at 20, and then her kids had kids at 20, and then the kids had kids at 20. All right, so I guess she could have had kids at around 20 and be a great-grandmother. I don't know. Anyway, she knew Deanna, but she's still pretty young to be having kids. Knew Diane Warwick. Diane Warwick, wasn't that broad that was a washed-up has-been singer or something, and she became like this celebrity spokesperson for psychics or something? Yeah, that's a real feather in your cap. Directed a young Whitney Houston, got 2 degrees. In what? Oh, they don't tell us in what. So something useless, of course. And set up her own company. Yeah, what company? Tell us what kind of company it was. If you're not going to tell us what kind of company, I have to assume it's something frivolous and small and not really a big deal. I think the word pageant scares some people away because they say, oh, no, it's a beauty pageant. Well, in this case, that's certainly not true. But it's much, much more than that. It's beauty from within. Yeah, this is trying to push that BS narrative that beauty comes from within, not without. This is the narrative of fat people and ugly, homely people who want other people to find them attractive, who want the general public to find them attractive because they're jealous of hot, attractive people, and they want to be seen in the same way. So they try to convince people through social engineering that, hey, I'm going to send out all these lie messages that beauty comes from within, not from without, and you're going to believe me. Unfortunately, these kind of things are grounded in biology, not in sociology, not in social sciences, which is really just another word for, you guessed it, the Frankfurt School, which created social sciences to push socialistic nonsense, this kind of relativistic crap. For some contestants, pageants have been a lifelong obsession. Yes, I've been spending my whole life trying to reprogram human beings to find me attractive. For others, such as 61-year-old Miss Oregon Diane Hennessy Powell. I love it! They were all a bunch of feminists! greatest. They have 3 names. So they have their maiden name thrown in with their husband's last name, who is now dead, of course. Because most men with any self-respect anyway, wouldn't let their big, fat, ugly land whale 70-year-old wife compete in a beauty pageant. And you just know they're feminists with that 3-name crap. Yes, I'm not just going to use my husband's last name because I'm a feminist. I'm a strong woman, and I'm going to use my last name, too. People look at me like I'm Cinderella, she smiles. Cinderella was attractive, honey. I gotta love it how they use these icons of feminism and of feminist beauty, female beauty, excuse me, not feminist beauty, excuse me. Jesus Christ, a slip of the tongue, because feminist beauty, an icon of feminist beauty is Big Red or the Michelin Man in a dress. Okay, that's the icons for feminist beauty. For feminine beauty, the icons for feminine beauty are your characters like Cinderella and such. I just love how they use what are icons of traditional feminine beauty, and at the same time, they're trying to change what people perceive as feminine beauty and replace the image of a slim, slender, thin, attractive Cinderella with a big, fat, land whale, Michelin Man-looking woman with numerous folds of fat under that dress, several chins, turkey waddle under the arms, no matter what the age might be. That's what they want to replace Cinderella with. So I'm telling you guys, it's just social engineering. They want to conjure up a certain image in your mind, and then they want to transplant and replace that image with something else, but they don't seem to get, you can't do that! It's not a social construct. None of these things are social constructs. I never really thought of myself as being pretty. That's because you're not. She said, you can have it all. No, baby, you can't have it all. You cannot. You can only convince yourself that you can have it all. You can only delude yourself into thinking you are beautiful, but you are not beautiful. You're a big fat pig. Miss Senior America 2017's ambition, to live until tomorrow. Because she's 70. Slade Harden says she wants to put the pageant on the map and do more to help local communities. Well, how does that help your local community? How does that help local communities? But when it comes to her crown, her family has just one ask. What is this? I had a hard time reading that sentence naturally because it doesn't make sense. Fucking slang talk. But when it comes to her crown, her family has just one ask. My kids tell me, Mom, please don't wear it to the supermarket. Good Lord. Her family has just one ask. Has just one question to ask. Use the word question. God damn it. With this slang talk, it pisses me off. Use proper English. Jesus. It's just annoying. So there you go, people. Super old feminist broads with dead husbands that they sucked dry in the prime of their lives and buried, now trying to convince themselves that they're still beautiful, still relevant, even with all the saggy tits and the asses to their knees and the tits to their saddlebag waists, trying to convince themselves that we are beautiful. What do you think, guys? Are those some hot-looking chicks that you would want to bag? Are those some MILFs that you would like to hit? For my part, I would say no, absolutely not. This is ridiculous. This is just another perfect example of how women are able to convince themselves that reality is not reality, that they are something they are not. Just another perfect example of how women live what is essentially an echo chamber of their own emotions, their own perceptions of how reality should be, and how reality should be, that's how reality actually is for me. The fact that everybody else doesn't share your view of reality, well, that's beside the point. I think I'm beautiful, so I'm beautiful. Okay, honey. So let me know what you all think of this granny beauty pageant. Is this a wonderful step forward to empowering women as if they need more empowerment? Good Lord. Or is it just a joke, a sham? Old broads trying to convince themselves that they are still relevant and beautiful, even though they don't care about beauty. It's all about inner beauty. Yeah, that's why they're all wearing beautiful gowns and have their hair all dolled up. And they're trying to look their best because outer beauty doesn't matter. Yeah. Please like and subscribe. And if you would like to donate to my Patreon, which I sure hope you will, because YouTube is, of course, going to demonetize this video as well. Check out my description. You will find a link to my Patreon there and in a pinned comment in my comment section. I am the MGTOW philosopher, and I wish you well. Take care.